Whether it's fixing your figures or talking about effect parts, it's all about quality of life with Steven's Toy Tips. Hey there everybody, Steven here, and I'm back with another tips video for you. So an issue that some folks have been having recently when they get their NECA figures, because for whatever reason they're even more articulated than they used to be, is that there have been some offset hips where you will have one joint that is up higher than the other and the other one's lower. This is mostly noticeable on the Halloween 2 Michael Myers and the Roy Burns figure. One of the reasons why that doesn't help either is that he's got a full jumpsuit, and then for whatever reason the thigh joint here, the swivel, is actually stuck on the jumpsuit. So we can take a look here at Superman. My Superman sort of has this issue. Let's zoom in for a little bit. It's not super bad, but as you can see, is if I hold my finger up and just go straight through, the actual, show you there, the hinges are not level there that allow him to move his legs out from side to side. So what is the fix for this? How do we take care of this? It's actually really simple, and it's not too hard. So the way that the NECA hip joints are connected together is that, well, actually they're plugged into each other. So this hip joint actually has a, I guess you might say, a hole, and this one has a peg and it plugs in together, and that is how they move. So for an example, when I move this leg, you can see the other one is moving. That's because this hip joint is actually inserted into this hip joint, and then the pelvis area, that's just a space for it to go in. So we go ahead and move this leg, not as much, doesn't move as accurately. See, it's a little bit of a delay, but this one, it just moves in sync. So anyway, how do we fix this? Well, what we do is we're gonna need heat. So I'm gonna use a blow dryer here. You can use hot water, and then heat it up. All right, now that we got it heated up, all we have to do is then just push upwards till we get it even. There we go. Now, let me see if I can do this. There we go. See, here's the best way to explain how the hip joints are. So, actually show you. So that is how the hips on most NECA figures are connected. We do have this hole, this socket here, and we have a peg here, and they just plug in together inside of the hips. That's why this one will move them both, and this one will just be standard. So anyway, that's a little bit of an extreme way to do things, but that is how NECA hip joints are assembled together. So considering this is all just soft plastic, it's pretty easy to see how when it's put in there, it can be angled differently. But anyway, what you're just going to have to do is heat up the hips and then just push one end up and the other down. And then with that, you will have fixed legs. You don't have to disassemble them like this. All right, so I hope that is helpful for you if you need help doing that, and gives you a better idea on how NECA does their hip joints, which sometimes are pretty awesome, sometimes they suck. All right, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.